Hey, good morning. Hey, I'm going to try something today I've never tried before, so let's hope this goes well. Today we're talking about point slope form, and Salman Khan, who does all the Khan Academy videos, has a decent way of starting this out. You can see he's a little slower at talking than I am about explaining things, but he has a good way of starting out, so we're going to start with him, then I'm going to come back to you and do two quick examples. So let's bear with Khan for 2 minutes here. Here we go.
y minus b is equal to m times x minus a.
So this is the
And right
format of
here,
point
this is a
slope form.
form that mathematicians have categorized as point slope form. So this right over here is the point slope form of the equation that describes this line. Now, why is it called point slope form? Well, it's very easy to inspect this and say, okay, well, look, this is the slope of the line in green. That's the slope of the line, and I can put the 2 points in. If the point A comma B is on this line, I'll have the slope times x minus a is equal to y minus b.
You'll
Now
notice
let's
the A
see
is the
why
x
this is
coordinate
useful,
and B
why
is the
people
y
like to use
coordinate.
this type of thing. Let's not use just a, b, and a slope of m anymore. Let's make this a little bit more concrete. Let's say that someone tells you that I'm dealing with some line where the slope is equal to 2, and it goes through the point, I don't know, let's say it goes through the point -7, comma 5. So very quickly, you could use this information and the fact that and your knowledge of point slope form to write this in this form. You would just say, well, an equation that contains this point and has this slope would be y minus b, which is 5, y minus the y coordinate of the point that this line contains, is equal to my slope times x minus the x coordinate that this line contains. So x minus -7. And just like that, we have written an equation that has
Keep
a slope
listening
of
for
2
just a
and that
second.
contains this point right over here. And if we don't like the x minus -7 right over here, we can obviously rewrite that as x plus 7. But this is kind of...
There you go. And that's what I would do too. So we would not write this as x minus -7. We just write that as x plus 7. So it's the opposite of that. So I'm going to get rid of con here. Boom. Goodbye, con. We're back to this one now. So when we have this, so they've given us 2 points here, and they've given us y minus 1, the y coordinate. So you can tell they're using this coordinate right here because that's where the y coordinate is. They're not using this one, excuse me, because the y coordinate here is 1 and they're not subtracting 1. So they are using this coordinate right here. So we need to figure out the slope. Well, the slope, if you remember, is you're changing your y from 6 to -1, it went down 5. And from the over the x coordinate, which went from -2 to 1, up 3. So you can see the slope went down 5 and up 3 or over 3. So there is your slope. So you need to calculate that each time. Then you'll notice that this is a -2. So according to what Khan would write, he would say x minus -2. Well, we're going to change that right away because we know two negatives together make a positive. I kind of like to refer to this as it's x, the opposite of whatever this number is. If this number is a positive 6, then it becomes a -6. If this number is a -2, then we do +2. It's the opposite of whatever these terms are. So there's one example. Let's do one more example quickly here. So again, we're in this form. You can see because we did the -7, we have to be talking about this coordinate point. Okay, so when we do this, first thing is we've got to find our slope. Our y coordinates went from 7 to 0, so they went down 7. Our x coordinates went from -5 to -4, so they went up 1. So we would write the slope out as down 7 over 1. And yeah, we would do x plus 5 because this is a -5. We do the opposite of that. But the problem is, Khan will mark this one wrong. Notice that on this slope, -7 over 1, we could simplify that. And because we can simplify that, this is wrong. We can't write it that way. We have to instead write it this way. Y equals -7 equals the slope of -7 and then x plus 5. hopefully that explains it, guys. You only have this one con today because point slope form is brand new to all of us, so I've just got one. Have a great day.